Trail cameras sometimes capture things that take the whole internet by storm. From the tragic fate of the little deer and heart-wrenching story of the wolf's cubs to the sneaky bobcats and strangest deer, here are the clips that trail cam captures which went viral. A tragedy. One day a man saw a mother deer with her little baby wandering around in the woods. He was so excited to see this cute family roaming in the woods. But what he did not know was that something tragic was about to happen. As he checked the cameras the next morning, what he saw was truly heart-wrenching. A coyote was seen going down the same path with the head of the baby deer in its mouth. A Hunter Bobcat. In Idaho, a hunter was up on a mountain, spotting mule deer, when he managed to capture some mind-blowing footage. Right in front of the hunter, some deer and a bobcat were sneaking up to the deer without them noticing anything. In a second pass, we see the bobcat jumping on one of the deer, grabbing it by the neck. Both of them came stumbling down the hill, and we couldn't tell if the deer survived or not. This is one rare encounter the hunter had not just seen, but also recorded, with the bobcat taking a prey much larger than its size. A heart-wrenching story. What this camera captured was something truly disturbing and heart-wrenching. At first, we see the wolf's den where the little cubs are relaxing. However, just after a few moments, a big bear appears on the screen, looking for a way into the wolf's den. After minutes of struggle and digging up the whole place, the bear finally reaches the little cubs and finishes them all one by one. When the wolves come home later, all they get is a torn-up home with no cubs found anywhere. A strange deer sighting. Okay, so in December of 2010, something really weird was caught on a trail cam. At first glance, it seemed like a regular deer, but when people took a closer look, they noticed its antlers were all twisted and bumpy, not the usual ones you'd expect. Experts think it might have been some kind of antler warts, but others are convinced it was a mutant creature of some sort. The video is pretty haunting, and it leaves us with more questions than answers about what kind of creatures might be out there in the dark of night. Bear attack. Mother Nature can be both breathtaking and scary at the same time. In 2022, there was this crazy video caught on camera showing the law of nature at its wildest. There was this dark and eerie creature perched on top of a tree. Can you believe it? People were wondering if it was a big cat, but it was a big bear right there. And somehow it managed to climb up so high. Must have been one hungry critter going after a bird's nest. It's just the harsh reality of survival in the food chain, you know? Life can be tough for everyone. A giant wolf. On their way home, these guys saw something that freaked the heck out of them. It was a massive wolf, my friend. And let me tell you, that creature locking eyes with them in the darkness sent shivers down their spines. Instead of making a quick exit, some brave souls actually chose to stick around and record the whole thing. Can you imagine? I mean, seriously, who wouldn't just run for their lives at the sight of that beast? A close call. This park ranger in Yellowstone had a heart-stopping moment. While on duty, they had a really close encounter with an enormous grizzly bear. Imagine that. The ranger noticed the giant bear and tried their best to keep it away from the visitor's car. But guess what? The bear didn't stop. It decided to charge straight at the ranger. Can you believe it? Thankfully, the ranger managed to escape and kept shooting into the air until the bear finally ran back into the forest. A creepy cane. This video does not show any wild creatures or humanoid beings, but what it shows is just as creepy. A security guard saw it on CCTV footage and decided to record it from there. The cane is standing next to a chair at first, but then we see it moving on its own and stopping near the elevator. As the video progresses, someone sees it lying on the floor and then picks it up, and after a few minutes, the cane disappears from the spot too. Where did it go? No one knows. The attic monster. A man kept hearing creepy voices from his house. So one day, he just decided to go check the whole house to see what was causing them. When he couldn't find anything anywhere, he had to check the attic, which was the only place left. At first, there was nothing except broken toys and other old stuff. But as he continued to search, he found a weird-looking man sitting in some kind of a box. And that is where the video ends. What happened afterwards? We couldn't tell. Gollum. This short creature was captured carrying what seems to be a small knapsack as it scurries among the rocks. If we take another look, we can see its face, which is a mix of human and dog or bear-like features. It might remind you of Gollum from The Lord of the Rings. The creature moves cautiously between the rocks, occasionally glancing behind as if it's keeping an eye out for some unknown predator. A massive bear. This bear was captured by a camera, and it was quite a sight for everyone on the internet as well. It looked as if it had been training for some competition or something. The video shows this mysteriously huge bear wandering in northern Minnesota, and people who watched it came up with all sorts of suggestions. Some thought it might be a pregnant mommy, while others speculated it's getting ready for hibernation. But even after different reviews, no one is exactly sure about this massive and scary bear. Slender Man. At first, it looked like a weird statue outside the man's house, but as he focused on it, it appeared to be moving. The man was scared as hell, yet he kept recording what he was seeing standing outside his house. After a few minutes, we actually get a close-up of the creature. It looks like what one would call a Slender Man, but whether it was real or not, that question just remained unanswered, as the man said he disappeared just seconds after. Orangutan rescue. Toward the river, there was this orangutan facing a tough situation, feeling like all hope was slipping away for its survival. But you know what? It didn't give up. And guess what? A human came to the rescue, carrying a long log of wood. The man and the orangutan climbed onto a big rock in the middle of the raging river. They used the long wood to reach the dry land. Despite being in distress, the clever orangutan knew how to use the wood to get to the trees and then to safety. The Rake. In the video, a curious man decided to investigate strange noises emanating from the sewer near his house. He recalled hearing similar sounds in the past and even catching a glimpse of what he believes to be a mysterious creature, which he described as an alien. With a bold determination, he attempted to make peaceful contact with the creature. But the next events turned out to be anything but peaceful. Some speculate it could be the Rake, but to others, it was just a fake video. A creature on the roof. What this man saw and recorded was something which was enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. At the start of the video, there is nothing much to be seen, just the darkness, the man's car, neighborhood and all. But as the video progresses, a creature appears on the roof crawling on it. It not just scared the man, but us too, to be honest. But was it real or not? No one could tell. Creepy night encounter. So there's this video of some folks who decided to take a nighttime stroll in the woods. They had a flashlight to light their way, but the darkness made it all pretty eerie. While walking, they stumbled upon this strange creature sitting on the ground, its back turned towards them. At first, they thought it might be some animal, but when it turned its head, they saw these glowing eyes and a super creepy face. Some say it could have been a fallen angel. Others claim it was a demon. A witch. This picture was captured by a trail camera, and it shows a human-like figure sitting high on the tree. With long white hair and glowing eyes, the viewers were quick to decide that it can be nothing but a witch, busy in her witchcraft in the middle of the night. However, nothing was ever confirmed. Happy Otter. At 3 in the morning, this otter got so excited that it decided to go have a nice time with its neighbor, the trail camera. However, it wasn't long before the otter had its attention diverted to something else, so it just left the camera there. A Bigfoots Baby. When this video hit the internet, it had everyone scratching their heads. Was it just a big gorilla holding its baby and running away from the nearby humans? Or was there more to this video than what meets the eye? It didn't take long for many to start thinking that is what the Bigfoot would be like, and there's a big chance that this might be one. However, nothing was confirmed by the authorities about this clip. Mysterious forest stalker. What appears to be just a simple video of 2 siblings playing in the woods takes a creepy turn as we realize that it isn't just 2 of them there. There is someone else right behind, and the 2 little kids start running in fear as soon as they realize that there is a creepy being following them. To some, it was a prank being played on the kids, but to others, it looked like an alien-like being in the woods. Nothing was ever confirmed, though. Mysterious hole. Now, to some, it might look like a usual video where a coyote is captured digging up a random hole in the middle of nowhere. But when we consider the context, this is not as normal as it might look like to us. According to the owner of the trail camera, this coyote and raccoons had been digging out this hole for many nights. He had no idea what was there that got all of these animals so intrigued. Something odd. You won't believe what happened when a trail cam was doing its usual thing. Out of nowhere, a strange shadow of some creature popped up on the left side, and then it just disappeared without ever stepping in front of the camera. Even the experts couldn't figure out what it was, sparking debates among people. Some thought it could be Bigfoot, while others guessed a bear or even a gorilla. The mysterious swimmer. This guy was just trying to catch some fish for dinner when he saw the most bizarre creature swimming around in the water. Seriously, it looked like nothing he had ever seen before. So he whipped out his camera and filmed it to show to everyone. But the crazy part is, nobody could figure out what kind of animal it was. Its eyes, its skin color, nothing matched with known fish species. Could it be some sea monster like the ones people talk about in stories? Who knows? A creepy man. Walking in the dark with a white t-shirt on, this thing was the Skinwalker, according to the guys who recorded this whole thing. At first, the creature remained unaware of him being followed by the guys, but as soon as he saw them, one of the guys ran after him with something like a stick in his hand. What happened afterwards, no one knows. Bigfoots Hand. One of the trail cameras out in the Canadian wilderness caught something absolutely bizarre. A mysterious hand creepily emerged from behind the camera, as if trying to snatch it. The hand looked rough, with long, skinny fingers covered in a thick layer of hair on the arm. But that hand didn't look human at all, and it definitely wasn't a bear. We're all scratching our heads, trying to figure out what in the world it could be. Some people said it might be that legendary ape-like creature, you know, the hairy beast. Glowing creature. This happened in Brazil, where a man saw something very unusual. Even though spotted from afar, this wasn't something anyone was gonna not see. This creature, which looked like a humanoid, was glowing in the broad daylight. It wasn't moving or anything, but to everyone who saw it, it looked like a glowing human. Could it be an angel? Or maybe just a huge light? Let us know what you guys think about this one. Spooky siblings. So, there were these two little kids, right? And you won't believe when I tell you they were out there in the dark like really late, and someone caught it all on a trail camera. Totally creepy. But wait, it gets even weirder. Behind some bushes, there's this strange creature. And get this, it signals to the kids to come closer. Who are these kids? Where did they come from? And why on earth did they go near that thing? You'd think someone would have the answers, but nope. It's all a mystery. A real-life ghost. So, picture this, two buddies hanging out in the woods with their adorable doggo. While they were filming their furry friend, something extraordinary happened. I kid you not, they capture what looks like a real ghost on camera. The ghostly boy appears in the top left corner for just a moment, and then poof disappears into thin air. They've been going to those woods for quite some time, but never saw anything like it before, and they were pretty spooked by the whole thing. Glowing eyes in the dark. You won't believe what this motion-activated camera caught in the wild. A bear got curious and triggered the camera, revealing its eyes glowing like something out of a spooky movie. It seemed pretty irritated by the light, as if it had something to say before disappearing from view. Can you imagine encountering those hungry eyes in person instead of just on camera? Terrifying. Anaconda. Have you ever thought about how big those anacondas can get? Like, seriously, what's the upper limit for their size? Well, let me tell you, they can reach a whopping 30 feet. And that right there, looking at this particular anaconda, just shows you how incredibly powerful and dangerous these creatures can be. The tree can't even handle the weight of the snake as it tries to slither up it. Man, I'm relieved that Titanoboa is extinct. Can you imagine what could have gone down if they were still around? An unusual bath time. You've got to see this rare footage of an eagle doing something unexpected, taking a relaxing bath all by itself. Usually, we see eagles fighting or hunting, but this one decided to unwind and cool off. The trail camera captured this moment in 2022, and it's interesting to think that maybe the weather was just too hot for the eagle to resist a nice bath. Captured by a trail camera in the darkest time of the night, this image is sure to scare anyone who saw it. Was it a witch busy in her rituals, sacrificing things for demons? Or is it an alien? Or maybe a ghost? We did a lot of research but couldn't find anything. If you have any idea, let us know in the comments. Zombie moose. This video shows a bull moose going through a terrible brainworm infection that messes up their brains and nervous system. It makes the poor thing weak, fearless, deaf, and partly blind, so it can't move properly and keeps going in circles. Eventually it gets paralyzed. This happens because of a parasite which infects snails and slugs in the ground. So when moose eat vegetation, they accidentally swallow these infected snails and slugs. Siren head. At first it looked like a man crawling in the distance, but as the camera zooms into the creature, it gets clear that it was no human being. Instead, it did not even look like an animal or even the famous Bigfoot. What the creature resembled was a siren head, a demonic being usually found in myths and stories. So does this mean that they are real, or maybe this video is just a fake? Do let us know what you guys think. Strange river monster. These people were watching, and they thought they saw an alligator, but then it moved, and it was the weirdest sight ever. It was only using its strong tail to move around, and guess what? Its front legs were nowhere to be seen. I mean, what the heck was that creature? Was it just some alligator with a front leg issue? Or could it be some crazy evolving river monster that's going to wipe out humanity? What are your thoughts on this, guys? Let's hear it. Rare encounter. Have you heard of piebald deer? They're these unique deer with patches of white color on their usually dark hide. Super rare to spot in the wild. But guess what? This trail camera managed to capture one in 2021, and the owner couldn't contain their excitement. They were so happy about it that they had to share it online. Elk with a tire. This trail cam captured an elk with a tire stuck around its neck. For 2 long years, this majestic creature had to carry the burden of that tire while its antlers and neck continued to grow, making it increasingly difficult for the elk to break free on its own. Concerned about the elk's well-being, wildlife officials decided to step in and do something about it. They tranquilized the elk and attempted to remove the tire, but unfortunately they had no choice but to cut off the antlers in the process. It's a tough situation, but let's hope the elk will soon grow a new and beautiful pair of antlers. Dancing bear. A wildlife channel that set up cameras in the jungle to capture some cool animal footage. And guess what they got? Bears shaking their behinds and moving around like Shakira. It's hilarious. You see, bears get itchy too, just like us humans. But their way of scratching their backs is quite unique. They use trees to scratch themselves, and they absolutely love doing it. Check out the video, it's just so funny. Breathing earth. You won't believe what a trail cam recorded. The earth was actually bobbing up and down, looking like it needed a break from all that spinning and orbiting around the sun. They call it the breathing earth phenomenon. It happens when the ground gets a bit loose and the wind is stronger than usual, causing the earth to move up and down, almost like it's taking a breath. It might seem scary if you didn't know what it was, like the earth is about to swallow you up. Thank you for watching the video till the end. Do like and share with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.